Let's begin by queering up trans rights. Libs of TikTok tries to explain the material harm of trans people. In a recent interview with Washington Post journalist Taylor Lorenz, Chaya Raichik, known online as Libs of TikTok, struggled to articulate the purported harm caused by transgender individuals. Raichik, notorious for spreading anti-LGBTQ+ sentiments, evaded questions regarding her obsession with transgender people, often resorting to vagueness and vague responses. When pressed about the consequences of eradicating transgenderism, Raichik stumbled over her words, insisting that transgender identity is based on falsehoods. In her words, quote, "It's a lie," end quote. Despite Lorenz's attempts to clarify the harm posed by accepting transgender individuals, Raichik failed to provide concrete examples, emphasizing her preference for truth without addressing the material harm. Raichik's evasiveness culminated in a bizarre attempt to divert the conversation by showing Lorenz a picture of someone performing oral sex.
What?
After this, the gays went crazy, and numerous comments started pouring in on social media platforms from the community across the world. One user called her the most mad she has ever been in life. Some made fun of her lack of knowledge, while some speculated that Raichik's behavior, including wearing a t-shirt with Lorenz's face, was intended to troll the journalist who previously exposed her identity. Raichik's inability to articulate coherent arguments against transgender individuals shows the vacuity of her anti-LGBTQ+ rhetoric. Her fumbling attempts to justify her bigotry are a reminder to every ill-informed conservative out there. Get educated. Listen, Ms. Raichik.
Even just a little bit.
Even just a little bit. I mean, if you're going to fight against us, at least know what the hell you're talking about, I mean, she's not educated on everything, and if you're going to hate us, you got to know what you're going to talk about, just putting memes every day doesn't do anything, and it doesn't explain anything, and especially if you don't even know what the memes mean, Ms. Raichik, And why is it a lie? I mean, if anything, you are a bad representation of a human being. And that right there, you're a lie, saying that you're a good representation of a human being. I mean, I can go on and on. This rhetoric is what kills our Black and brown trans women. This shit. Spreading ill information. Get yourself educated, and maybe you'll come up with a more educated response. But I don't see that happening anytime soon.
So she doesn't stress herself. It doesn't take a lot of education. The thing is, people exist. Other people exist. They're there. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to. She's like, I don't think it's real. The people are sitting right there in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, you can't just deny people that are sitting in front of you.
That's kind of what they asked her too.
Right. Yeah.
Because she basically came off as a transphobe, but she was trying to say that she wasn't. But then she was saying it's a lie. She goes, "Oh, so you don't like trans people?" She's like, "That's not what I said." And I was like, "But you think it's a lie?" And it's like she kept going back and forth. It didn't make any sense. And I feel, and the thing is that bothers me the most is how people buy into this shit. Like this was not an educated response at all, but people are at home going, "Ooh, she right."
She right. What she said.
Yeah,
exactly. People are holding on to that one fact that she pulled that picture from the general queer education book, right? So the act of performing oral sex was being displayed in this book.
But it was an illustration, wasn't it?
I mean, it was an instructional on how to do it.
And that's important. You need to know how to suck a peep.
Maybe not in third grade.
No, of course not.
And that's where the book lived, in an elementary school.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to take like the conservative little twink, approach to this whole thing, but I just do want to shed a little bit of light on I love oral sex, giving, receiving, any of it, all times, many times a day. But do I think that it needs to be illustrated in a book in an elementary school? No. Do I think that we need to bring back almost all of the banned books that have been banned in Florida? Yes. I just want to
Sure, but these are two different issues.
Yeah.
And she is the type of person, though, that will take both issues and jumble them together.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's where we need to really, stop it.
See, I have a different opinion on that, though. I don't have a problem educating children. This idea that kids are too young to talk about issues is nonsense. Somebody made that up years ago. They said you can't do that till they're 11, and it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And it's also not medically true. And by the time you're in the sandbox, you're going, that one's cute, that one's not. Like your biology, you're already doing these things. You're having conversations, letting kids feel comfortable, safe conversations, and safe environments about things that they may have questions about. I don't see what the problem problem.
Wait,
No,
just-
and
it goes-
that's the safest way. And that's the safest way.
Other-
We live in 2024. You can Google anything, and there's always
in
that
third
one.
grade, in
and there's
third
always
grade, you
that
can.
one smart Alex
Sure.
school kid that knows too much and will show you his pee-pee.
That's how I learned. That's how I learned. I've been doing this since '96. I've been doing this for a long time. But my mom didn't teach me. My dad didn't teach me. So I wanted to go do it more because it felt rebellious, right? It felt like it wasn't the mainstream, so this is what I wanted to do. But if it was my kid and somebody else was trying to teach my kid how to take it in the butt, I probably wouldn't feel comfortable with that.
But
you know what I mean?
No,
of course.
right, but the
of
thing is
course.
this, when they're teaching that instruction, they're also teaching when to say no. They're also teaching kids to go
Good
like,
point.
hey, we're having this discussion,
Consent?
and guess
I
what?
haven't seen the
If
book. I haven't read the
someone's
book.
asking
I
you to
haven't
do
seen
this,
the book.
you're allowed to say no.
Yeah.
It's an instructional booklet.
I think you're bringing up all great points.
Yeah.
I think that this book was not what you're saying at all. We should get the book. I don't think.
Let's get the
I
book.
think that
Let's
you-
get the book.
I
Let's
think
get the book.
if it was what you're saying, it would be perfect.
It would
Yeah.
be.
You know, but it's not. So that's really what we're dealing with here. But
you guys get the book to
we
clear
should get
this
the
up.
book
I'm
and
gonna get
follow
the
up
I'll
on
come
it.
back.
Yeah.
If you get the book, I'll
Yeah.
come back
All
to that
right, me too.
episode.
I need to get the book.
Yeah.
Have the
We'll
same
do story
group.
time
Yeah.
right here. How to, right?
Right. This is going to be one of those case sensitive kind
Right,
of stories.
right.
You know,
Sure.
it's case by case.
For sure.